guys, we've got a COT data report. We have to remember the context of last week and this week as well with the Russia and Ukraine thing. So the positioning might be a bit skewy, but we're going to talk about it anyway on Excel. But I just wanted to talk about the economic calendar this week. We've got quite a lot of stuff. We've got the RBA interest rate decision, and then we've got some obviously US data is going to be important. We've got the Bank of Canada interest rate decision, and we've got Powell speaking as well on Wednesday, and he's speaking on Thursday as well. And we've got lots of US data, and obviously the Eurozone data is going to be important. And on Friday we've got non-farm payrolls, which might be an absolute roller coaster. It all depends what happens with this geopolitical stuff. So it might die down, it might erupt. If so, we can probably overlook a lot of this data. But if it does calm down, which I think it will, then eyes on the data. So just to bear in mind, we've got quite a lot of stuff: Canada, Australia, and America. All right, so obviously keep an eye on that. We have quite a big surge of the Euro FX contracts. The banks and institutions are buying the Euro FX. However, with this Ukraine crisis and new sanctions, it could impact the euro, because if Russia can't export, then there's going to be a financial impact on the Eurozone. And obviously, Russia and Europe, they've got a lot of trade going to and fro. So if they have massive sanctions on Russia, I think Europe might suffer. So do bear that in mind. So this might be a bit skewy, even though it says Euro FX is stronger than the US dollar. We could see some safe haven flows in the dollar. So, but it's worth mentioning. We'll look at the Canadian dollar, and down actually, which is interesting. So it all depends on what you want to be trading really, and also we have to be careful of the Bank of Canada as well. That's this week. Gold, I guess that won't be too much of a surprise. That would be to be expected, to be honest with you. And we saw that huge move and the huge down move as well. So this is obviously from last week. It's not updated, real time. It's actually historical from Tuesday. That's when the data's taken. So that indicated a big surge of buying as we went up to, I think, 1970, I think we got to, and then it just crashed 1880, so it did a $90 move in a week. So got to be careful with gold. Do Aussie, there you go. It's pretty sideways. Remember, if it comes up, it would be a risk on indication, so that's worth just taking a note of. That's quite sideways. Do Kiwi. And we'll do the Kiwi is the blue, this colour, so sideways like the Aussie. And we'll look at the yen, and we'll wrap up. Yen is this colour, it's a light blue, so a little bit up, but it's kind of caught in a range, isn't it really? It's sort of sideways, but slightly ticking up. So obviously gold is the big mover, and yeah, I mean the dollar is pretty sideways, but the Euro FX is actually quite strong, so that could be a risk on indication. So worth mentioning that Fed speaker Daly said he wasn't that concerned about Ukraine and Russia, and how he still wanted to have a 100 basis point hike. So if the Fed aren't too concerned with the tensions, then maybe we shouldn't be too concerned as it is. Obviously if it escalates, then we should be concerned, but if it just if they have these talks and they have some resolution, then we'll be risk on. So that's just worth mentioning. The Fed aren't massively concerned with the state, the things that are in now, but if it does get worse, then obviously they'll be concerned. So maybe just keep an eye on all your news, and if you see anything of interest, do share it in the channel, and that would be good. It could be a discussion point, but I think we're probably going to be risk on. If you look at your Bitcoin over the weekend, we're actually doing quite well currently. It could flip any time, but the crypto is looking quite bullish on the weekend, so we could be risk on. So just be careful, and I'll speak to you guys tomorrow in the morning.